Well, it's May and it's time for a May garden tour here in Kentucky. Let's see what we're growing in our homestead garden. Hey friends, it's Barbara Sue at Kowalski Mountain and welcome back to the homestead. Now it is the second garden tour of the year and I am really excited to show you some of this growth. These peas have grown immensely since I saw you last month, and I actually see a little pea pod right here. Now these rows are 89 feet long and there are peas on both sides of the trellis, so we are going to have a ton of peas. Now Ruth Ann Zimmerman from Homesteading with the Zimmermans, she calls peas I think she calls them a Sunday vegetable, or they're for special meals. Peas are not an everyday meal because they take a lot of effort to grow enough peas to feed a family. And this year we are aiming to grow plenty of peas for our family. And I'm going to show you a little clip of last month and compare it to this month. Look at all these flowers. I think peas are a pretty plant too. That's such a pretty flower. Look at that little baby pea. There's my gardener, hard at work. He's fertilizing this first succession of corn and weeding, and you were top dressing too, right?
Yeah.
I thought you said you did another succession of corn. It's not over here.
Over there.
Oh, on the other side.
Surrounds the green beans.
Now he has some corn that he grew in the greenhouse. There's a tray right over there beside him.
I always do that in case I have to fill in. It worked out. I did. Some didn't take. Some are just barely coming up too.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a challenging gardening year. Now you can see that the potatoes are growing really well. Philip has been mounding them up. Mounding them up allows more roots to grow, which means you get more potatoes because potatoes are a root crop. Now these are all looking super good. And I wanted baked potatoes for dinner last night and we were completely out. So I am really anticipating potatoes. And I see some flowers right here.
They might end up coming in about the same time.
Maybe. I didn't notice the flowers on any red potatoes. Is this the cilantro? Now I don't actually like cilantro. He's using it as a companion plant to keep away the potato bugs. Yeah, I don't see any flowers over here. Now this is just going to be our first succession of potatoes. We are going to plant potatoes again in the fall. As I'm walking by, I should show you the potato tower. It is going crazy. Now we had to add some wire on the other side because the cows liked eating the potato plants. But this one's going to be easy because we'll undo the wire and essentially the potatoes are going to fall out. All right, so I've asked Philip to come on over here and show us what he's got going on here because this stuff is less obvious for me.
So inside the string, I'll leave the strings up until everything pops. But I've got 3 rows of corn, sweet corn. They believe I put out serendipity right here, here, and here. And on the inside, I went ahead and put out contender green beans. So that'll help. The whole point of planting green beans on this side is because the soil wasn't all that great. So trying to make the soil a whole lot better. So that's why I'm putting the green beans and a lot more than what we might consume over here. Then over here, we've got actually 4 rows. So 3 rows in here and a single row right here. And it looks like I had a rabbit come on through. These are all red kidney beans. These will be a part of our dry bean stock. And then this 4th row here, and these 2 double rows leaves me about 5. Those are the navy beans. And that'll also be for making baked beans, but those will be our dry beans.
Now we had to put this fence over here because the wild turkeys have been coming in as well. So we're trying to dissuade them from coming over here and digging in all the straw. And they love the fresh sand, the soft dirt, so they can take sand baths. Oh, those little baby
That's
plants.
navy beans.
Navy beans. Now dry beans are a super easy crop because you just let them grow and you let them dry on the vines. We don't really have to do hardly anything to dry beans. Look at all those little dry beans. I came over to look at the daisies. Aren't daisies a happy flower? But look at all these little navy beans. Now last year we started growing some dry beans. We got like a handful of dry beans, but not enough to eat. And Philip has been really wanting some baked beans. So he is up in the ante for baked beans. Oh, is that crimson clover?
Yes.
That is...
I planted this last year, tried to do a little food plot, and because I kept it plowed up, they popped up. And I was trying to do a big pumpkin patch, and the soil over here is garbage. So that's the point of the clover.
That clover is so pretty.
Yeah, I like this.
Much prettier than...
Yes.
Well, they call it red clover, but it looks purple. I'm going to get closer. That is gorgeous. I noticed the other day the calves were eating the clover flower that was in their corral. And it made me think of Thumper, because his mother would fuss at him about eating the flowers off the clover. There's some pretty ones down here. Now here's a red clover, which actually looks purple. And this is just wild. Now the little Amish kids were eating the clover flowers, you said.
Yeah, they're edible.
Why do they like to eat them?
Just a snack. They know what they can eat.
Are they sweet?
Not really. Just fluffy.
Fluffy? And these are our onions. Those look great. And since he always does the companion planting, we've got some lettuce heading here. Now we actually had some salad, spinach salad last night for dinner. Now I will admit I bought some tomatoes and cucumbers to go in it. Well, that may be the variety you bought.
No, because there's some up here that are the same. And if you look at the difference, they're both the iceberg lettuce. Take moist. I planted garlic to ward off little critters, and it's not doing the best of job. And that's why so many onions, to keep them away from the better crops.
Oh!
Almost. Squeeze it, squeeze it. I think so, yes.
Yes.
Yep, pop it. You get the first one.
Oh, I don't get the first one.
That's the first one.
But
I haven't picked any
you
yet.
get to eat the first one.
That's fine.
You-
Also,
you
if I
You can
didn't do a good job, I can croak.
You can share it. No. It's not like being the...
Look at them beauties. And see, we harvested a bunch of these with the grandkids last year. A whole bucket full. We let them shell them, and they looked at the end result, and they didn't realize 55 days to get one of these, and that's all we got from one day's harvest.
And
So
how many peas are in there? 6?
no, 7.
7.
No, there's 6. That's one of the smaller pods. So I'm trying the purple hull peas. They're gonna be longer. Oh yeah, very sweet.
Good.
Very sweet. Last year I didn't plant enough of them.
This is really good.
It's always nice when you can enjoy the rewards.
We got some spinach here intermixed with the lettuce. And our spinach salad was really good last night, but we didn't really have enough. We had a very small little bowl.
Well, I didn't cut a lot, and we're pulling it off that end section right there, so we need to cut more.
Okay, well, I'll pick some. I got the
bucket already out here.
Well, I have my colander.
The white bucket's in that wheelbarrow. That's what I brought it out for.
All right, I'll pick some so we can have some for tonight.
Scissors in my pocket.
Now this is the other patch of garlic. This is the music variety, and this is the locally purchased variety that we bought from the Amish. Now this week, Philip cut off all the scapes. I see one right here. You cut the scapes so that it puts all the energy into the root and not into the scapes. Now you can actually eat the scapes as well. We didn't. I'm super encouraged. I think this is going to be our year when it comes to garlic.
And if you see I missed any scapes, I need to cut them, but
I didn't see any.
I think I got all of mine. They're getting close.
I think this is the prettiest garden we've done since we've been here.
It takes a little while to build up the soil and get the rhythm of things. And then now realizing that the cover crop can be used in multiple ways. What I did with the potatoes is I planted everything up because it was going to be late to harvest, and I could actually plant something shorter down below, and then everything over there I can plant and forget about, let it dry out. I should have done my popcorn over there too, but...
Now, one thing that has been a huge disappointment so far here in our 2026 gardening season is the strawberries. Now, last year we picked over 90 pounds of strawberries, and we picked all the way into June. Well, here it is, the middle of May, and our strawberries have really been done at least a week. I'm going to make one more run through the strawberry patch today, pick whatever I can find, and I'm going to let the guineas out, because the guineas have been locked up during strawberry season because they tend to take bites out of every strawberry. So I'm going to finish it up, I'm going to call it, and I'm going to let the guineas out. Now there are some immature berries there. There are some green berries, and I saw a couple flowers, but not enough to keep the guineas locked up. They're going to be liberated. Well, that's going to be a wrap. There are more berries on here. They're just not ready. It's kind of disappointing. I honestly feel like it's the weather. It's been up and down cold. We are definitely in a drought. I'll try to look up how much rain we've had in comparison to what we should be at. Now, we have been watering, but strawberries have definitely taken a hit. Now, our Amish neighbors are in the same boat. Our closest Amish neighbors, they planted 1,500 new plants this year, and they've been done. They just moved on. They got other things to do. So it's not just us. It's just the season that we're having. So let's go liberate some guineas. Now, before I move on from here, my garlic experiment is over here. And some of those are starting to look like they're getting ready to be time to pull them. We're starting to see dead leaves, so we're going to kind of closely watch that. And the plants right here are our grapes. They took a little bit of a hit from the last frost that we got, but they're looking pretty good overall. So these are ready to be put onto the trellises so they can start climbing. Here come the younger two. They're definitely still ostracized from the rest of the flock. The chickens are going to be less happy. The guineas are going to be happy. I forgot. I had one final thing I wanted to tell you. Here's my spinach, by the way. Do you remember how I told you I had a terrible germination rate in all of my plants? Well, Philip was working here in the greenhouse and he found a nest of a mouse. And what do you think that he found in that nest? It was full of seeds. I had told you that the mouse had been eating the tops off the plants and it had been digging around in the dirt. Well, it had dug up all of my seeds, or a good bunch of them, and was storing them away in its nest. So the nest is no longer there. That's all I have to say about that. All right, so now we've kind of looked at what you've already seen. We're seeing the growth of what we've started. Now I want to show you the biggest addition to our garden this month. So the biggest addition to our garden for the month of May are the tomatoes. And yes, those are all tomatoes, with the exception there is basil intermixed within it for companion planting. Now, I have been giving Philip a hard time the last few years about we never grow enough tomatoes to do all the things we want to do. So this year, he is determined that that is not going to be the case. Now, these rows are 50 feet long, and there are 5 varieties of tomatoes here. So there is Amish paste, Roma, pink something, pink girl, early bush, beefsteak. And we have zebra. That's 6 kinds. And zebra. One of our Amish friends offered him some more tomatoes, and he wisely told his friend he shouldn't take too many because his wife was going to have a fit. So 6 kinds of tomatoes. Now let's look a little bit closer. I'm already seeing some little tomatoes here. This is a basil. And we are planning to dry some basil, not all of this. Now there is a couple peppers right here. I would really love some stuffed peppers. These aren't the good eating ones?
That's the smelly peppers.
Oh.
Keep the bugs off. The other peppers are further up past the lettuce.
So these are a companion plant. These are the lemon smelly peppers. They actually smell very bad. And he plants them. Oh, those guineas. They're definitely enjoying their liberation. These smelly peppers we grow to kind of protect the tomatoes. Oh, I'm gonna pick that off. So that basil is already seeding out, so I pulled off that head. Should go one click lower. Some of your basil's already flowering. I just pulled off the head. Look at these pretty little tomato blossoms. Now some of these were planted a while ago, so we have some bigger. Oh, here's the eating peppers right here. These are hopefully the good peppers. He said there's a tomato about the size of a baseball. Well, this is the early girl. I guess that's the one. Now here's some celery. Now Philip had complained that the celery was way too strong, and our Amish neighbors said they probably didn't get enough water. Man, this is a lot of celery. And here's a little bit more broccoli. Now this fence is here to keep the chickens out. The ground here in Kentucky is very hard. We have a lot of clay here. And so the chickens love it when you cultivate the ground because it's soft. They can dig in it. They can have a sand bath. And the garden is full of wonderful sand bath material. And after Philip had planted all these tomatoes, he spent a couple days planting all these tomatoes. He came over here and the chickens had been digging around in all the straw and the soft dirt. And so the fence won't really keep them out, but it might dissuade them. I said the girls will be really proud of you for growing a cool tomato.
Oh, absolutely. I thought they'd be proud just to have the pink girl and the early bush because they're a different color. But then to add the zebra in, they've got a really cool zebra pattern.
Some major brownie points for the stepdad.
I might just get them up here to work with me in the garden. That'd be great. That'd be even better.
Both of my daughters enjoy gardening, and they like to grow really cool varieties. And we tend to be a little bit more run-of-the-mill. So they will be very proud of him for his fancy tomatoes. Now, something else that we're improving this year is our irrigation. And I still haven't done that video on Homestead watering for you, but it's on my list. We went to the farm supply store this week and we bought, how much?
What?
The drip tape?
7,500.
We bought 7,500 feet of drip tape. So drip tape is something that we can use with our water system. It doesn't require a huge amount of pressure, and our water systems can handle that. So in past years we've done limited irrigation, but if we want the results, we're really going to have to water. And this year is looking like if we want anything, we're going to have to water. It is extremely dry here this year. It's going to take all that we can do to grow what we've got. So drip tape has to be installed. He's going to put drip tape through all these tomatoes so that we don't have cracked tomatoes either. Well, friends, that is the status of our garden in May of 2026. Now, next month, the grandkids are coming and we are going to be doing grand camp. We will have grandkids here for 3 weeks. It is an exhausting time, but it is an exciting time too because we get to share this life with our grandkids, and I can hardly wait. Now, during the month of June, I will probably do very few videos, but I'm going to try my best to do a garden video, and maybe we can have the kids in it and they can pick and shell some peas. They love that. But we like to show them where their food comes from, and our granddaughters, they garden already, so they know, although they don't garden at quite this volume. So I can hardly wait to show them. They probably won't be as excited as I am, but I'm excited to show them. Well, friends, that is the end for the May garden tour, and we will see you next month. Now, if you have not hit that subscribe button yet, hit that button. We'd love you to be a part of the Kowalski Mountain family. Thanks so much. See you later.